Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 13, which is so close to week 15, our final week together, coming super close to the end of the semester. This week, we are going to go over a few brief details related to cost effectiveness and pragmatic issues when implementing a program evaluation. So I'm going to share my screen here and we will get started. So this week is really dedicated to thinking about putting yourself in place of potentially being a program director, an executive director of a community organization, social work organization, and thinking about what do I really need to consider when thinking about the cost of A, implementing a program, and B, trying to get it effectively evaluated. So I think this week has a lot of really great practical information. So I want to tell you that most of you have survived your quantitative data analysis. We still have a few of you trickling through and a few of you getting caught up on various tech issues related to the statistical analysis. Please reach out to us and be in communication. We've given some instructions, but we want to make sure that, you know, those of you who are having issues, that you are able to resolve them. It's been a super busy week last week, but you have made it. We are so close to the end. You had 2 journal entries last week, one on the statistical analysis and one focused on more of a measurement linked to a data analysis plan. One of them was actually a piece of your final assignment, the program evaluation paper. So please look at our feedback from that assignment. And if you feel comfortable with your feedback and you've been able to integrate our feedback, feel free to use that for a specific section in your program evaluation paper. I also did a quick survey. So there's 2 survey opportunities. Last week, there was one to tell me how you're doing in the course, and there is another survey related to Brandon's final teaching evaluation for his PhD level teaching course. That is for 3 extra credit points. So for whatever reason you have missed that, please make sure that you do that for Brandon. He has been such an awesome and helpful TA, and we want to give back to him a little bit and also give back to you with your extra credit points. So again, this week we are talking about cost effectiveness, cost analysis, and pragmatic issues related to programmatic implementation, related to program evaluation. So many of you actually have written about this in terms of potentially the limitations of implementing this new program, kind of the funds that you might need to raise to do so when you looked at your resources and inputs in your logic model. So it's really a continuation of that. I also want to say to you, speaking of point 2 on this slide with our soft chalk activity for this week. A lot of you in your survey to me this week said that you are really struggling at this point in the course. You have a lot of competing deadlines, competing assignments, caregiving issue. I just want to tell you I'm feeling you with that, with this also being spring break and having 3 kids home with no activities. So I am also in the struggle with you in terms of trying to finish out this semester strong as your instructor and all my other responsibilities of being a professor. And I want to give you a special surprise this week, which is that I have uploaded the soft chalk. There are chapter review questions only this week. So there is no requirements, no tests, no quiz poppers, no short answers, and there is no journal entry, a discussion board, etc. blogs this week. We are just going to give you 5 points for being awesome. So please take this time to review the cost effectiveness, cost analysis, and pragmatic issues in soft chalk, but we are not going to add anything extra to your plate. We do have an optional synchronous session tomorrow night. I'm posting this video on Monday. So Tuesday, April 5th from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. I will send out the Zoom link again so you all have it. That session we are going to be covering any burning issues you have related to your program evaluation assignment. So getting a little bit into this week's content, when we're thinking about cost analysis, the soft chalk will help and the reading will help orient you to thoroughly considering the costs that are related to implementing your new program or service. So specific examples related to cost are going to be provided throughout the soft chalk lesson. And I think this is really important to consider as like a programmatic perspective when you are leading an organization. In terms of pragmatism and pragmatic issues, fidelity is super important. So we have included the SAMHSA fidelity assessment in the sidebar. So one of the things to think about when thinking about fidelity is if you have multiple sites or multiple employees, you want to make sure in their training and their implementation of your program that they are all implementing it in the same way. So if you have created training modules, they have all implemented or taught the training modules in the similar fashion. If you require your employees to attend, let's say 10 sessions to learn about the new program, that they have attended all 10 sessions. So along with doing a program evaluation, often testing the fidelity of the implementation and analyzing that is also important to understand really differences related to outcomes. We're also going to touch on caveats and nightmares, political issues, the benefits and drawbacks of being an internal versus an external evaluator or hiring in that way. I want to say that I've served in both roles and there are benefits and drawbacks to both. I used to be an internal evaluator working in monitoring evaluation for Save the Children. What I really loved is that I felt like I had a really deep understanding of the organizational culture and some of the strengths and limitations to that. I'm also serving as an external evaluator at 2 projects right now. The first being with the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians Family Safety Program, the second being with the Asia Institute Crane House here locally in Louisville. And I can say one of the benefits of being an external evaluator is that you can be more objective. So there are, but some of the limitations are that sometimes you are just viewed as an external person that really does not understand the realities of the inner workings of the organization. So building bridges and rapport is definitely an extra step there, especially when working cross-culturally like I do in both of those situations, which is really requires culturally sensitive practice and some culturally responsive program evaluation. So next session, which is week 14, we are doing movie night, or I should say movie week, because I have the feeling that we're all not going to be able to come together for one night. So on your computer or on your TV, you get to watch Netflix. So we are going to watch a really cool documentary, which is entitled College Behind Bars. It's the Bard Prison Initiative with Ken Burns. I believe it was originally a PBS series, but it does integrate really important aspects of program evaluation into it to try to really understand if people who are incarcerated can have their lives on the outside improved based on having access to an engagement in education while in incarceration settings. So that is really the program that they are testing. So if you do not have Netflix, I would like you to try to maybe find an access to Netflix account somehow. We're really only requiring you to watch part 1 that also may be available on YouTube, but that's like a big wink, wink. And that kind of comes and goes depending on, YouTubers' desires to upload things and have things taken off. There's also an NPR Fresh Air wonderful show dedicated to this that's available, and I will link in the slides. And there's also an Inside Higher Ed article that I will also link to, so you can have more access to information about this program. So there will be a journal entry that will be associated with that. So Our final program evaluation. So just to recap, we have 2 final assignments for this course. We have our program evaluation assignment, which is our paper due April 12th. There are 2 main parts to it. There's our introduction, around 3 pages. And then we have our evaluation plan / method, which is around 7 pages. So this should not be more than 10 pages total. There are so many resources already posted for you under the assignments tab. I have made a video. Brandon has made a video that looks at measures and analysis. There is an exemplar program evaluation assignment. There are the instructions, and there are the rubric. I will also be posting the recording session for the synchronous class tomorrow night for all of those who are unable to attend. So a lot of resources there, and also reach out for, individual consultations and meetings. So last assignment of the semester, I promise, is that we have our professional presentations coming up. So these should be 7 minutes maximum. Instructions for these have also been posted in the assignments tab in Blackboard. We require you to have a PowerPoint with audio and notes, or an alternate visual medium. So think of this as kind of the bookend to our introduction video, which you posted in the beginning of the year, where I got to see your face and got to know you a little bit more. This will be on the other end, where you're actually telling us about the accomplishments and giving us an overview of what you've learned throughout the semester to really introduce your program evaluation to the class. So that is due April 19th, just before midnight, 11:59 p.m. So I wanted to end with a meme a little bit about exhaustion. So if we think about SpongeBob, strutting into the, sorry, it's been a long semester, strutting into the class the very first day, like woohoo, and then this is how he feels now. So exhausted, burned out. But just remember, there's no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs, and we are at like the second to last stair. We have climbed all the way up all 13 weeks of the semester, and we just have like 2 more steps to reach to get to the top, which for many of you is graduation. And I cannot wait to see you walk across that stage. I hope you are all having a great week. And for those of you who are on spring break, hope you are relaxing and having some time together with your family as well. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.